What's up, Internet? This is Will Shocker, and I've got an episode of Riskin' the Biscuit where I risk my biscuit in the black zone for your enjoyment. Um, so I made that post the other day about Albion acknowledging my question in their question and answer video. And it turns out that they saw my video that I made the other day and responded to that. So I'm really excited and overjoyed that my voice is being heard in the community. So that's really cool. Um, Aside from that, we're just doing some gathering, and I'm trying to level up my broadsword. Let's see how I'm doing with broadsword. Here you are, broadsword, level 100 blue node, but level 79 red node. Let's try to get to level 80 in this video. That'll be the goal. Get to level 80 broadsword. That'll help, won't it? Boom. Okay, now we're gonna go and keep on keeping on. I don't want to do too much gathering because that takes time away from getting fame. But if I run into some gathering, I'll do it. And let's see if anybody runs into me for a fight. But I'm not like actively looking for a fight. I kind of just want the fame and gathering resources from Black Zone. So we'll see if I actually have to fight somebody. I've got some pretty expensive stuff equipped right now. Which is fine. I mean, it means I'm content for somebody else, but excuse me, I'm still getting over a cold. So once in a while I may have to stop the cough. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more interested in playing more Albion after seeing how willing they were to respond to me. I think that's only fair because I do really like this game, and the dev team is aware that that I have this feeling of a lack of PvE opportunities in the game, let's say. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully in the next maybe year or so, we'll see some more PvE. I think that would be really nice. But apart from that, what else do I want to see in this game? Let me just think about that for a minute because I have some thoughts. One of the things that I think might be a controversial take is that I think there should be rewards that are exclusive to certain content, which is how other games do it, right? If you're a raider and you want the best raid gear, you got to do raids. And if you're a PvPer and you want to get the best PvP gear, you got to do some PvP or something like that. But what I'm trying to get at is, if I don't have a reason to do a certain branch of content, then I'm not going to do that content. Take Corrupted Dungeons, for instance. Let's say there was a piece of gear or a consumable or something that was only accessible in Corrupted Dungeons and you needed that for your completed build or whatever. Then you would be more incentivized to go play Corrupted Dungeons for a few hours to get that reward so that you could continue with whatever your optimal build is. And I think that having more exclusive rewards in certain types of content could be healthy for the game, but it also kind of takes away from the design strategy of the game devs saying, hey, it doesn't matter what content you're doing, you're always going to get the same rewards or similar rewards regardless of, if you're not a PvP player, you're not going to have to play PvP to enjoy the game. And there's a trade-off there. It's like, if it were up to me, if I were a lead designer of the game and I said, hey, look, how do we resurrect Corrupted Dungeons, right? My method of resurrecting Corrupted Dungeons would be to offer exclusive rewards that could only be found in Corrupted Dungeons. That way, the player has a reason to go and do them. And when I'll use another example from a game that I used to play called Ragnarok Online. And in that game, there are pieces of gear that drop only from specific bosses. For example, if you wanted to have an ice weapon, you would have to go and kill an ice type boss, right? You would have to go kill a boss that is specifically aligned with that build category. And then you would get your ice weapon and you'd be able to use it and then go on with your day. But in Albion, if I were to go kill an ice monster, I'm not getting a piece of ice crystal or whatever. I'm not getting a weapon infused with ice power. All I'm getting is some fame and a small chance at some loot, which is, good because the game is a sandbox. Bad because you basically just have to play whatever content you're most interested in and ignore everything else, basically. Because the game doesn't incentivize you to explore or branch out. Take tracking, for example. You know how few people actually do tracking compared to how much work it was to actually implement tracking into the game? I'm sure there are some tracking players. Like, I'm not saying it's dead content, but it could definitely use a boost by having something that's, exclusive to tracking or something, I don't think like points are what I'm talking about. I think things that have utility are going to be more motivating than something like the infamy system in Corrupted Dungeons. Nobody cares how much infamy you have. I mean, some people might, but most of the time when you're doing something and you get a reward, you're thinking, okay, well, how can I use this reward in some way? So I would, encourage people to think about the utility of the reward that you're offering. That way you can fill your game with things that are useful to go and collect. Okay, so I'm coming up on no time left. I got to get back to my day job. So, ooh, there's a person. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna head back here. Overall, this was a successful expedition. This is a successful expedition. I'm gonna go ahead and head home. 83k, damn. Let's see, did I get my level? No, I did not. Well, I got learning points to spend. I guess I'll do that. There we go. Level 80. Woo! Alright, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more next time.